Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome and thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so excited to have you guys part of my YouTube family. So on Sunday I went to the San Diego County Fair and I wore this look. I also posted it on Instagram and asked you guys on Snapchat if you would like for me to recreate this look, and you guys of course came through for me, so I am here coming through for you guys recreating this look. I feel like this look is super soft but super glamorous at the same time, where you can wear it and not feel too overly done. Honestly, this is like an everyday look for me. I can honestly just put like a little bit of liner, put lashes on, a really nice lip, and I feel really put together, and I want you guys to feel the same. So here I am doing this tutorial for you guys. But also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also make sure to turn on your notifications so you guys can get notified every single time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. The most important thing about skin is how you prep it. So for me, it's really important to hydrate my skin really well and make sure that I do step by step before I apply any foundation. So we are going to start off by applying these Radiant Drops by Tarte. These are supposed to give you like a really nice healthy overall glow all over the face. So we are gonna do a drop on the cheeks and on the forehead, and then we're just gonna massage it into the skin. You guys already know when I do a very soft look, I always like to do my foundation first. I feel like it's a lot easier. It's a lot quicker as well. Where is my primer? Where is my primer? Did I not take my primer out? I did take it out. Where is it? Next, we're going to be priming with this Perfecting Coconut Face Primer by Marc Jacobs. And it's supposed to just give you a really nice radiant overall finish to the skin. I'm going to do like 2 pumps all over the skin. And what I like to do with this primer, I like to warm it up on my fingers and then massage it into my skin. I feel like working the primer into your skin helps the foundation just melt into the skin a lot nicer. Who is calling, texting me? And before I apply my foundation, I'm just gonna spray myself with this Fix Plus. This one is a coconut scent from one of their collections. I think it's like Fruity Juicy. I'm not 100% on the name, but I think it might be a Fruity Juicy, I think. But I'm just gonna spray myself first. Because I was out in the sun, I wanted to make sure that I wore a foundation that had SPF. That's super, super important, especially if you're gonna be out in the sun and you just wanna make sure that your skin is well protected. So I decided to use this Hello Flawless foundation by Benefit. This one has an SPF of 25. You guys already know. I tried that silicone sponge, and you know what? That just didn't work for me. I don't know if I put too much foundation on it, or I applied it on the wrong side, or I don't know, but it just did not work for me. I'm just going to do maybe like 2 pumps to start off all over my face. Because I was out in the sun, this foundation is a little too light for me. So I am going to mix it a little with this Urban Decay All Nighter, and this one's in the shade 8. Usually beige and the Hello Flawless, but because I've been out in the sun, I got a little darker. So I'm just gonna mix those two to just like warm it up a little bit. And for concealer, I'm going to be using this Boing Airbrush Concealer. Is one of their newest concealers. So I tried this concealer for the first time yesterday and I was pretty impressed. I loved how a little product went a long way. Sometimes I have to go over and over again to cover up any pigmentation under my eyes, but with this concealer I didn't have to do that. I'm going to be using the shade number 2, and I'm going to also be using a flat brush to apply it. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to be using this Morphe E26 brush. I love it because it's dual-sided, and you know, sometimes it's really hard to like get in here with like a larger brush, so you can just flip it over and use like the smaller side or the larger side. So now I'm just gonna press it in with the beauty blender. I do find that with the beauty blender it does melt into the skin a lot smoother, so I would recommend to apply it with a beauty blender opposed to doing a brush. And I usually don't like to do any contour with any creams. I like to always go in with powders, but I thought I'd just give this a try. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Cosmetics and Chestnut, and I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my face. These are super, super pigmented, so you kind of have to be careful on how much product you put on. When I do my nose, I don't like to press out any more product. I like to just use whatever I have left over on the brush. And usually when I do any cream products, I do use a beauty blender, but this is the only thing that I find that I can't use a beauty blender with. When I buff out the contour, I always have to use a brush. I'm going to be using this Morphe G37 brush, and I love using a smaller brush like this because I have a little bit more control of where I'm keeping the product. I'm just going to buff it in and just kind of keep it right there. I don't know if it's just the way that I buff it out with the beauty blender that I feel like I get it everywhere. I have more control with the brush. Do you guys see how like I just had more control over here opposed to using a beauty blender? I'm gonna set my under eye. I wish we made prettier faces when we do this. I always like to bring it up like right here. That's gonna slim down your nose too. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit while I do my bronzer. For bronzer, I'm gonna be using this Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, and I'm just gonna use this Morphe E53 brush. Just kind of press and then buff. And for powder, I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder in the shade 153. And I'm buffing it in with the Wavy 130 brush. So what I like to do is I like to just buff out the powder. Just not super, super white, and it just blends in really nice with my skin. And to make sure that everything melts into your skin, I'm just gonna use that same Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna spray myself. This is just going to allow the foundation, the powder, and everything just to mix together, and it's not too powdery. It gives you like a really nice glow still. Man down. I've officially hit pan. This one is Peaches by MAC, and I'm gonna apply that on my cheeks. And for highlight, I'm going to try something a little different. I believe in the photo I used Gold Digger. I'm going to be using the Diamond Glow Powder in Supernova by Artist Couture, and I also have a discount code with them, and I'll make sure to link that in the description box below. It has like a tint of lavender, which I like. It's a little different for me, but I'm going to try it out and see what I think. Whoa. So pretty. So pretty. And just on my Cupid's bow. So usually for my brows, I always use Precising My Brow because it's like my go-to product, but I've been using Ka-Brow lately and I just wanted to switch up my brows a little bit. I wanted them to be a little bit more defined. So I'm going to be using this on my brows, and this is in the shade 5. First, I'm just going to lightly brush my brows. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do a real in-depth brow tutorial, because I've never done one before, but I feel like I need to. You guys are always asking me about my brows. You have to be a little careful with this product because it is a pomade. You have to make sure that you don't pick up too much product when applying it, because then you'll end up having chola brows. So usually what I like to do when I only do liner, I always like to put a little bit of that pressed powder all over my eyelids so it doesn't crease throughout the day. This is just gonna serve as just like a setting powder all over. And it's almost like my skin tone, so it just kind of neutralizes the lid. And for liner, I'm going to be using this Morphe gel liner, and I believe this is in the shade Black. And I'm going to be applying it with this MAC 210 brush. When I use a smaller thin brush, I have a little bit more control of how thick and how thin I want my eyeliner. Because I'm not going to be doing a wing, I'm just going to stop it right to the shape of my eye. I like to use a really thin brush. Any extra product, what I like to do is I just like to put it on the cap and make the brush super thin. And what I like to do is I always like to bring the mirror down. I don't like to do my eyeliner like this. I have a little bit more control of where I'm applying the eyeliner, so I always like to keep the mirror down here. You also have to make sure that you do small steps when you do your liner, especially using a gel. It's just a lot easier and it glides on like butter. And for lashes, I'm going to be using my favorite, Intoxicating Lashes by Flutter. And I always like to do a skin tone color on my waterline, just to make sure that I neutralize any redness and also make the eyes appear a little larger. I'm going to be using this Sigma polished eyeliner, and that's going to go inside my waterline. And for bottom and top mascara, I'm going to be using the Extended Play Lash by MAC. This mascara really separates my bottom lashes, so I love using this. And another reason why I love it is because it does not transfer under my eyes, especially being out in the sun. I believe this one is water resistant, but it makes my lashes look super long. And for lips, I'm gonna be using this Kandy K lip liner. I believe I used Spice or Subculture yesterday, but I was like literally, it was like a nub, so I had to substitute for this one. It's pretty similar. I just like to use something that is going to just define my lips really well, so I always like to use a lip liner when I use a lipstick and a gloss. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using the new Dose of Colors Lip It Up in the shade Glade. I absolutely love this packaging. I also love the shape of the lipstick because it also helps you line your lips if you don't want to use a lip liner. And it's firm enough where it won't break. And the colors are just so beautiful. I really like love all the shades that came out with this collection. You can definitely leave it like this, or if you want that extra touch, you can always add gloss. I always love a glossy lip, so for that I'm going to be using the new Marc Jacobs High Shine Gloss Lip Lacquer in the shade Raw Raw. And to finish up the whole entire look, I'm going to be using this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. This is just going to seal everything all together to make it wearable throughout the whole day, especially if you're going to be out in the sun. You want to make sure that your makeup is very well set. So I'm just going to spray myself a few times and then we'll be all done with this look. Alright everyone, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Honestly, I feel like myself in this look. I feel super natural but yet glamorous at the same time, and I wanted to just recreate it for you guys because I want you guys to feel the exact same way. And yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this look because I would love to know. I would also like to know what you guys want me to film next. If you guys want me to do a brow tutorial, an eyeliner tutorial, or whatever you guys want, let me know in the comment box below. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed it because I enjoyed making this video. I think this has to be one of my favorite videos that I've filmed because I feel like myself in this look, and I feel like I always gravitate towards this look when I don't want to do too much but I still want to feel glamorous at the end of the day. Without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video.